The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
From the 50, it's Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36.
Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first.
To throw is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a smart stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watson now to throw. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Watson on 3rd down. Steps away.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Duggan. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. Here's Moore. He will return it. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going with
Walker hitting the ball is out. One of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Off play action. Dugan on the move to his left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Off the play fake. Dugan. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now quickly here to Smith and Jigba.
And they get well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He continues to deliver
what can I do?
first down here. He had 4 catches in the
Hey, do you need me to come down?
number 5.
A gear for Walker running right.
Still moving. Still going. They can't stop him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken at the 46. Well, after he punted that ball, he's probably frustrated that they had a sizable return against his punt, but he made amends by stepping up to make the tackle.
Yeah, he made amends and probably covered a few of his teammates who didn't handle it very well, because once the return breaks like that, you're thinking touchdown, and he prevented it with a nice play.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Off the bootleg, Dugan. And complete to Smith and Jigba. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to Walker on 1st down. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
Now 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 82 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And
that's caught at the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Wide open receiver complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Watson. That's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Watson looks to throw again. Out to his left.
Oh my God. Lucky, 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 lucky. Oh my God.
Score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Gold with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10.
Lucky as hell.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out. Here's Myers now to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawks defense. And quickly they get to the line. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And that is taken in by Njoku. Well, he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper. 32 yards. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Walker with another carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. He'll keep it himself. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Left side complete to Lockett. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Jakeem Grant. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Now Watson to the right side, and he's got more complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. A give running right is Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Throwing, Duggan. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Watson sliding out of the pocket. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And they take a knee. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter.